conference play. All of those wins coming consecutively against it. And we are underway. The tip won by LSU. Richard quickly gets it down on the left side. Tigers go right down low. Lay-in is good. It did not take long for LSU to get Michaela Williams involved.
Well, she got Grace Knox running to the block. She leads the team in field goal percentage. You got her starting wide open to the lane, an easy inbound pass, and 6 seconds in, you got points on the board.
Indeed, 2-0 LSU. The Tigers will press or trap as much as they can. They've had a very slick, tight defense for most of the year. This for three. Deese banks it in. She's coming off a double-double. So Deese with the triple. Johnson, Williams, Richard, Joyner, and Knox on the floor for LSU. And we will see Kim Mulkey go deep into her bench, and pretty frequently. Once again, down low. Arkansas will line it up like this. Jones, Mayberry, Deese, Robinson, and Clarkson. Left-handed hook shot is good. That one scooped up and in. Very nicely done by Jones. She's from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, and as Victor mentioned, comes to Arkansas from Oral Roberts. 33 trays also on the year for her. So Victor, she can step out and bang it home from downtown.
Broken Arrow, small community just outside of Tulsa. She stayed there playing for her coach. When coach left for Fayetteville, she decided to make the move with her.
D slopes into front court. 5-4 Arkansas, and now add a triple. That one coming from Robinson, Emily Robinson from Caddo, Oklahoma. That's her 25th triple of the season. She's third on the ball club.
As a team, they shoot 33% from behind the three-point line. That's right in the middle of the rankings in terms of SEC play.
Arkansas leading 8-4 early. This to cut the lead. It comes up a little short from Michaela Williams.
Well, Arkansas fortunate on that one because they were late getting out to defend Michaela Williams. That's not a player you want to let her sit wide open and line up a three-pointer.
That three from straight away. On line, but a little bit long from Jones. This is Richard. Fakes left, dribbles to the hoop, scoops and scores! Jada Richard.
Nice job by Richard with a quick hesitation dribble, but Arkansas late to get back into the lane. After that hesitation dribble, Richard saw the opening, went right to the bucket.
This is Deese. Makes a late bounce pass, and a layup with a tough angle is good by Clarkson. She's a 6'3" junior from Arizona by way of Eastern Arizona. Averages about 5.5 points and about the same number of rebounds. And Kim Mulkey is about to make a switch on Moss. 5 new players are set to come in. Yep, Richard misses the three.
She's set for a line change with her starters out here. A little sluggish out of the gate, down by 4, but that speaks highly to LSU's depth.
Clarkson cannot handle the pass. That's almost overthrown, but collected. This is Richard looking for Grace Knox, who has a couple of early buckets and 4 points. Now another one. Knox backing up and hitting that sideline jumper.
Well, Knox, as we've talked about throughout the season, is very aggressive on the inside. She started the last 5 games for LSU. Her offense has been there, but right now for this starting unit, their defense is not, as Arkansas is attacking the basket and getting easy points.
Clarkson on the last bucket as LSU was late to defend the low post. Knox again. A little bit long, offensive rebound, something the Tigers do very well, but the follow would not go for Joyner. This is Deese. Kicks it out for a three. In and out and back in. Jones with her 34th converted triple of the year. 15-8. Arkansas off to a very hot start.
She's a good three-point shooter. 38% from the three-point line.
Williams misses from 10. On line, but a little bit long off the back iron. Tigers fight for it. And Arkansas early has been the aggressor. Kim Mulkey in pink as well, not happy over the start. LSU has been outgunned so far 15-8, and 5 fresh players come into the lineup for LSU.
Notice her there talking to Amaya Joyner. She comes to the bench. She didn't have to say much to the starting five. It's just making the move says enough of what they need to know about what she expects from them the next time they're out on the floor.
Johnson spinning and nestles it over the rim. Zakiya Johnson has been joined by Hines, Burridge, Koval, and Fulwiley. 5 new players on the floor. Step back, deuce, misses everything, comes up short. Tigers let it go out of bounds.
Remember, we saw Zakiya Johnson starting games earlier in the season for LSU, but still coming off the bench. She's shooting almost 62% from the floor, and she's one of those many Lady Tigers you referred to, averaging double digits, just over 10 points a game.
She's also a first-year player, a freshman from Shelbyville, Kentucky. This for 3 from Fulwiley. It's a little short from the corner. Rebound hits the floor, collected by Clarkson. Deese dribbles into a double team, kicks it out. Excellent ball movement. 3-ball left side, way long by Jones. Fulwiley is fouled as she tries to, lady and gentlemen. LSU trying to come back from an early deficit, and there's a sweet jumper by Bella Hines. She got in the slot and knocked it down from 12 feet.
LSU before that shot shooting just under 42%. Arkansas shooting 67% early in the first 5 minutes of the quarter.
3 balls have been falling with pretty nice frequency for Arkansas early. Deese gets another one right on cue.
4 of 6 now from behind the three-point line for Arkansas. LSU's 0 for 3 from deep balls.
This is Koval, and she may have been fouled from behind. It appeared that Clarkson was on her back illegally.
Last three-pointer by Arkansas. Look at the pass down the lane, and look at how there are 2 LSU Lady Tigers looking at it, but neither one got out there to put a hand on her face, and that's why LSU just made another substitution. Megan Yarnovich coming in. At some point, the Lady Tigers are going to have to get out and put a hand there and contest those shots.
Koval slings it up with the left hand and misses. Fulwiley returns, can't get it, comes down with it herself, backs up, fires a 3. It's short, and a foul called, a whistle, as the ball came down in the hands of Koval, I think, underneath the goal.
Not a very good possession for LSU on that time, missing the money, coming out, shooting a 3-pointer as an air ball, but they are going to get a bonus possession with Arkansas getting the foul called.
Koval scores off the inbounds pass behind the double screen and is fouled in the process. By the way, that former foul was committed by Clarkson. That's her second.
Here's the advantage of having 6'5" in the lineup. Just throw it up top. It's not a difficult pass, but Fulwiley just puts it up for Koval to go get it. She comes down and right back up with it. And with that free throw, makes the 3-point play. Maybe that'll get LSU going a little bit after the sluggish start.
18-15, Arkansas clinging to a 3-point lead. This is Ware coming off the bench for Arkansas. Harmony Ware, a freshman from Cleveland, Tennessee. That ball bounces and bounces and bounces and goes. That's a couple of free games on a pinball machine.
And that time LSU just late trying to block her off the baseline. They let her drive after threatening a 3-pointer.
Johnson's pivot foot almost left the floor, but she held on. Fulwiley kicks it out, 3-ball left side. Too strong. That one missed by Hines, and here comes Arkansas.
LSU's not a team that usually relies on the 3-pointer. Right now, shooting too many for an offense that's struggling. Lady Tigers have to try to penetrate against this Arkansas defense.
Yarnovich, who just came into the game, slaps that one out of the hands of the shooter.
How heads up of a play was that for Yarnovich? As she's tripped, she's going to the ground, and as she's falling, she slaps it. Watch, she gets caught here off the contact, but still able to slap it as she's going down and force an inbounds play for Arkansas.
And that's a play that sometimes will bring a whistle for a foul because of the reaction, but the officials did a good job of seeing the play and calling what they saw. Johnson shoots the 3 way too long. The rebound hits the floor, and a traveling violation is called against Danica Gallia. Gallia, a 6'3" sophomore from Malta. It's only the second turnover for Arkansas. LSU has none. And Victor, turnovers you were talking about before the game as something that could be a critical part of this outcome.
Well, it's because of what LSU forces versus what Arkansas does per game. And we're so far through the ball game, they've held it down pretty much in check. But we'll see if it holds up this way, because LSU's defense has been so good, forcing turnovers throughout the season. Arkansas is 15th in the SEC with over 17 a game, but LSU forces just over 23. That's second best in the conference.
Hines rips off the rebound and lopes into front court. Almost lost it on the dribble. This is Johnson. She can't shoot from the corner. Fulwiley will start the play. Excellent ball movement. 3-ball line drive home. That one by Johnson, Zakiya Johnson.
Great quick touch pass by Hines to see Zakiya Johnson standing in the corner all alone. Arkansas never adjusted. That's going to be a blocking foul. Kim Mulkey won't like it. She's trying to argue her case for her teammate, or for her player rather, but Hines just never got settled on defense. Check out the pass. It's going to go to the left side for LSU, and watch the quick touch pass right here as the defender's closing out. Look, there's not a pink jersey within 15 feet of Zakiya Johnson to hit that three-pointer.
She was a 4-time high school state champion in Kentucky, 4-time player of the year, and a 4-time Gatorade player of the year. How do you do much more?
By the way, that three-pointer for Zakiya Johnson was her first three-point attempt and her first three-point make of the season.
Time to quit.
Quit while you're ahead. It's a good stat line, 100%.
Jones, who is an excellent free throw shooter, strokes the first one. 83% on the year.
This is not who you want to send to the free throw line. 45% from the floor, 83% from the line.
Deese over to Ware. That shot rolls over, but it's not going to count.
Harmony Ware tried to hit the brakes and spin back against LSU for that jump shot. And when she did, she'll lean in. Watch, she hits the brakes here. She's hoping Hines goes by, but then when she spins around, look how she leans in, and she leads with that shoulder. Clearly an offensive foul because of the way she leaned into it.
LSU starting to get the ball down into Koval's hands. She powers it in from the left side. 22-20 Arkansas. Trying to stretch a slim lead right now. Deese shoots a pass into the hands of Arkansas. Gallia can't score after the block. Tigers with Johnson following. And this new group of 5 has ignited LSU.
That's what I said when she took the starters out. Kim Mulkey didn't have to say anything to her starters. She spoke all by substituting all 5, and now this second unit has brought some life.
Koval with the defensive rebound. Nobody home on that pass into the lane.
Well, Fulwiley was trying to save it because she tried to save a pass going out of bounds. Tried to just throw it back to the middle of the floor.
Just a few seconds remain in the first period. 22 apiece. LSU has fought back from an early deficit. Gallia will take the jumper from the free throw line. Can't get it to go. 5 seconds left in the quarter. That's rejected by Koval. Put back, comes up short. And an entertaining, energetic first quarter has come to an end.
You want to know a big thing that second unit did when they hit the floor? At the first time out, right after the first unit was sent to the bench, LSU had 8 bench points and at 14. They've been attacking the paint on the inside. 14 of LSU's 22 points have come from the second unit in the last 5 minutes of change of the first quarter.
And that second 5 remains on the floor as we start the second quarter. A 3-ball launched quickly from deep, misses by Jones. Here comes Fulwiley, such a versatile player. Lob down low, caught by Koval. She's kind of pushed toward the baseline and may have stepped on the inline. She did.
Just ran out of real estate. Koval wasn't able to grab it, come down, and just take it up when she tried to handle it under the basket. She was forced to the baseline.
That's the third turnover for LSU. Arkansas has 3 as well. Half the shot clock to go. Deese pulls up and fires. Misses it off to the right side. And Koval collects the pass on the sideline. LSU in control as Fulwiley penetrates and now retreats.
For a team that came out shooting so well, we just talked about from the three-point line, the last few three-pointers have been some clunkers for Arkansas.
Look at the strength by Johnson. She can't finish, but she works so hard on the offensive glass.
I think they called a foul underneath on number 3 for LSU. That's Hines. Bella Hines, that's her second.
You know, talking about offensive rebounds, LSU in recent seasons has had some great offensive rebounders. This youngster, Joyner and Hines, both of them, Joyner the senior, Hines the, Johnson the freshman, but they work hard as well. That's an impressive group collecting missed shots. That shot was right on the money. Rodriguez dropping it home for Arkansas. A difficult shot, but she's able to get it to go.
She's been an outstanding player on the international level. Played for Spain, helped them get a silver medal in the under-18 FIBA games. Only played 3 minutes in their last ball game and didn't score a point, but she's averaging just over 5 a contest and has 3 already with that little three-point play. Nice move on the inside.
To this point, and obviously we're still very early, but to this point, Arkansas looks a lot better than a team which has not won an SEC game.
There's no question. They look like they've got more confidence than LSU, who's riding a 5-game win streak. They've been much more aggressive on the floor, getting after the ball.
Burridge comes up short on the shot off the right window. Both players underneath being knocked around, trying to get that ball. It's going to stay with the Tigers. Fulwiley will trigger it from underneath her own goal. And the officials are going to get the players separated, as there was a lot of clawing and holding and bumping on the assemblage in the lane. Look at that play, tipped around, but unfortunately for the Tigers, Fulwiley was able to finish. I don't think I've ever seen that routine before.
Well, what, and they've got Joyner behind Koval as a screen, so they're using 6'5" for the screen, throw it above her, and then the quick tip right back to Fulwiley, who came in from the inbounds, just missed the layup. It used almost 90% of the rim and rolled out.
Koval misses the jump shot. Here comes Deese on the run. Kicks it out to the right side. The pass is low and fumbled. Here's Fulwiley. Works past one, works past another, and rolls it in on the run. Fulwiley. There aren't a lot of players who can execute the move she just did.
That's her first make on 6 attempts. Maybe they'll get her going offensively.
Koval grabs the rebound, and she's fouled as she was struggling to clear some space.
Watch Fulwiley coming off of the steal as she cuts through the middle, gets the roll. And as we're watching the replay, the 4 starters come back in the game, and I would expect you're going to see some fire coming out of these sneakers for the 4 starters now back in after sitting for the better part of the last half of the first quarter and the first 2 minutes and change of the second quarter.
Emily Robinson committed the last foul for Arkansas. That's her second. LSU will retain control with 7:37 remaining in the second quarter.
Call that foul on Rodriguez on the inside as she was battling Joyner underneath on the miss from Flaugier.
Shot clock at 20. Quick release jumper, rammed home by Michaela Williams. That's the strength and the lift that she possesses in her jump shot.
And look at the inbound plays. We've seen 3 of them already, with 3 different inbound plays that have been well executed by LSU.
Rodriguez somehow slings it in, falling back.
Up step and then a quick turn, quick release off that spin for Rodriguez, who now has 5 at her season average.
Williams Misses the three after faking the Arkansas defender off her feet and out of bounds. And a foul called against the Razorbacks.
That's a shot we usually see Michaela Williams hit, especially when she's left that wide open as she got the defender to bite on the ball fake. But it also goes to show what we've noticed all season long, and that's Grace Knox. The fight that she has underneath in the paint. Watch the ball fake. Whee! Defender goes flying by, but Michaela Williams just can't get it to fall. But there's Knox. Look how she fights backwards, leaning in to get possession and earn the fouls and go to the free throw line.
Kim Mulkey looking on. Her team has trailed throughout much of the first half. It's still 27-26 Razorbacks. Williams comes away with the rebound, which hit the floor. Fakes left, dribbles right. Kicks it over to Knox, back to Williams. Richard underneath, scoops it up and scoops it in.
And she thought about picking up one dribble prior to when she hit the layup, but she saw the opening. Nobody came down on baseline, and Richard took one extra dribble, able to get that layup.
LSU is there for some double team defense. Richard as well as Joyner preventing that shot. And Flau'jae Johnson apparently stepped on the baseline trying to dribble away from trouble.
Yeah, she was coming back in. She went out of bounds after the block shot, was coming back in to get possession. Didn't reestablish herself on the floor.
Just over 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. It's been a tight game between Arkansas and LSU. Arkansas started hot, not so much lately.
Yeah, 2 of 13 from the floor. They were red hot from the three-point line, and their last 5 or 6 have been clunkers like that one. That one at least looked like it had more of a chance. They've had some shots that have been well off.
We've had 6 lead changes so far. The next one will be 7. Joyner spinning, no. A little bit too thick on the angle. And a foul on LSU.
That foul's on Flau'jae Johnson. Has so many of these shots that we're used to seeing LSU make, just rolling around the rim and not getting them to fall. They're getting opportunities and they're getting looks. There on the inside is Joyner, and it just rolls out, and they called Flau'jae Johnson right there since she held her underneath on the baseline.
Five and a half to go, second quarter. Richard gets enough hand on it to knock it into Flau'jae Johnson's possession. A spinning shot up and in, but traveling violation is called.
Flau'jae Johnson was looking to the right because she had Michaela Williams. She decided to go left to Fulwiley, but the pass was behind her. So Fulwiley had to stop and go backwards to get the ball. Then when she spun to try to get back into the layup rotation and her motion, she got called for the travel.
LSU will retain control after the miss by Arkansas. Tigers have a 28-27 lead. We've had 7 lead changes in this game. Williams dribbled it off the opponent's foot, and it's stolen by Arkansas.
Trying to back her way in and just lost the dribble.
Rodriguez hands it off, now cuts to the goal, misses the runner. Good idea, but just a little bit too hefty on the shot. Johnson spinning, reverse layup, leaves it short. Knox battling for it, falling out of bounds, and she stepped out of bounds.
They're going to call a foul. They're going to get the foul on Knox over the back off of a layup that we've seen Flau'jae Johnson make 9 out of 10 times, but it's just been an offensive struggle for LSU right now, trying to find consistency. But despite all of that, 4:35 to go here in the first half, and LSU goes in. Arkansas is 2 for 10. 5 of those 10 attempts have been three-pointers. They haven't hit one since the first quarter. LSU's only taken 1 3-point attempt in the second quarter, with the Lady Tigers 3 for 14. That's 21% here in the second quarter.
LSU has used 7 starting lineups this year. Now, the group that started tonight's game is the same group that has started the last 4, but it was the starting quintet tonight was certainly ineffective through the first few minutes, and the line change made a huge difference in the first quarter.
Well, brought some life to this LSU team because the first unit was struggling defensively, couldn't find some shots. That second unit that came in responsible for getting LSU back even after the first quarter, tied at 22.
Right now, the first and second units have been blended. Full Wiley remains in the game, and a traveling violation up top. Jenna Lawrence picked up her feet. So Richard brings it up. She's joined by Full Wiley, Williams, Johnson, and Knox.
Arkansas recognizing they've been getting beat from the inside, not so much on outside shots. Goes for zone defense, so what does LSU do? Go right back to the paint. Michaela Williams finds an opening to score.
Using her strength and positioning to score off the window. Johnson comes away with a rebound. Richard. Flauget has not been a factor offensively in this contest yet. Still plenty of time on the shot clock.
Good save by Richard. Prevent the turnover.
She'll take the jumper and nail the line drive shot from the left side. She's got 6. This is LSU's biggest lead. Actually, LSU scored the first 6 points, or rather had a 6-point lead earlier.
Second foul on Flauget Johnson there as Arkansas was driving to the lane. There's Jada Bates. Flauget will go to the bench for probably the remaining free 17 here in the second quarter. Flauget, no points on 0-4 shooting. She does have a couple of rebounds. She has those 2 fouls.
The Tigers have scored 6 consecutive points to take the 32-27 lead. Bates at the free throw line. Not a good free throw shooter, a little over 50%.
Played 28 games off the bench last year, scoring or averaging just about 12 minutes. She had 16 Division I offers. She had offers from teams like Clemson, Alabama, Mississippi State, Miami, Florida State, Georgia. Landed herself in Fayetteville.
She's had a couple of starts this year for Arkansas. Knox snaps that pass down to Johnson. Her shot is blocked beautifully. That one rejected by Bates.
Great job by Johnson to get herself in position with a defender on her backside, and Knox noticed it. Sky Johnson just couldn't finish it. That's kind of been LSU's story here in the first half.
3:03 to play, second quarter. Tigers 32, Razorbacks 28.
And LSU holding on to a 4-point lead, even though Arkansas has not hit a field goal in the last 6 opportunities. In fact, 1 of 8
play is under review for an appeal by Arkansas. Right now, it is LSU's ball. Plays on review. After review, the call is confirmed. It's still White's ball. Arkansas will be charged with timeout. We did not have clear and conclusive evidence to overturn the call.
Just like I said, it's LSU's ball.
Not enough there, they said, to overturn it. It was a close one, a bang-bang play underneath.
Eric Bruton is the referee tonight. Teresa Stuck is the umpire 1. Rod Creech holds down umpire 2's position tonight. Williams bangs it home.
Right now, LSU's most efficient offense is its inbounds play. That's the 4th different set we've seen now for LSU. 2 of them have been makes, 2 of them have been close misses that rolled around, but well executed inbounds plays by the Lady Tigers.
6 points for Williams. Bates is trying to do too much with the basketball and loses it. Arkansas will make a substitution. Deese will come in at the next opportunity. Johnson tried to use the glass, came up thin.
That's 3 of 7 from the floor.
Joyner will check back in for the Tigers. That's blocked. and then falling out of bounds after a terrific effort. And getting up very, very slowly is Grace Knox.
And she went over on the help side defense to get that block and then came down. She'll take the hit afterwards. Look, she comes from in the lane and then hits her head on the floor right there.
That young lady is tougher than a railroad spike. Arkansas has gone 5 minutes and 2 seconds without a field goal.
Good to see that Knox is able to stay in the ball game. It was great help side defense. Just got tangled up going down the Arkansas player and wound up couldn't support herself on the fall and hit her head on the floor.
Williams pull-up jump shot. Bang! Got it from the key.
It's a play LSU likes to run with that high screen and roll because you have to make a decision. Do you keep defending the ball with Michaela Williams, or do you fear she'll drop it on a pass to her teammate going to the lane? That time they left her open off the screen and she nailed it.
An 8-point lead for LSU. Williams with 8 points, and they've all come in this quarter. Shot clock at 2. Williams rebounds. Ahead to Fulwiley. Fulwiley tries to make the late pass that was intended for Joyner, but it didn't get there. Pull-up jump shot, Deese. She strikes Cord with that 15-foot jump shot from straight away.
Remember, Arkansas started this ball game 3 for 5 from the three-point line. They're now 1 for 10 since.
And that's the first bucket in a long time, over 5 minutes. Knox is pinched and double teamed down low. The Tigers own it. Let's see what LSU dials up on this throw-in. Williams. Richard runs down the deep rebound after it hit the floor.
Great hustle by Richard, who watched that play develop after inbounding the ball.
Joyner leaves it thin, goes down hard. Here comes Arkansas 5-on-4. Joyner trying to get back. Fulwiley makes the steal. She's out in front. And misses the layup. Wow.
We've gotten so used to seeing those quick hands by Fulwiley on the defensive end, but that's about the third layup she's missed tonight.
And Arkansas makes the Tigers pay as Jones has 10 points now. She is the leading three-point shooter. She had 33 coming in. She's got at least a couple of them tonight.
Yeah, she had 3 field goals. 2 of the 3 have been three-pointers. What a big change there, where you could have had 2 on the breakaway layup. Fulwiley comes up short, and Arkansas gets a three-pointer.
Richard leaves it short, just ahead of the buzzer, and the Tigers had opportunity to none. Here's Koval spinning and shooting with the left hand, but can't get it to go down. So the Tigers have Johnson and Johnson, Williams, Koval, and Richard on the floor right now. Richard almost makes that steal. Tigers hustle back into their own territory to try to pick off the ball, but here comes Arkansas the other way. That's knocked into Koval's hands. Johnson streaks down the lane, rips by a defender, and scores.
Able to get Flau'jae Johnson going. That's her first bucket of the ball game. She was 0 for 4 at the half with 2 fouls. Remember, she sat the last 4 minutes because of that second foul.
Richard rebounds and runs to Williams. Open for 3. Bam! LSU has hit the last 2 buckets and leads 41-33. This is the biggest Tiger lead.
And the third quarter has been the monster quarter for LSU all season long. This has been a quarter they have dominated, and when they start to pull away from opponents, even if it's somewhat close at halftime, this is when they get it done in this 10-minute span.
That's blocked by Flau'jae Johnson. Richard pulls up, takes the free throw line jumper, in and out, off the backboard as it wouldn't go down. But Koval, who's been active tonight, is fouled on the attempt for the rebound.
That's what you wanted to see Koval do, is go right back up with it. You go back to that last three-pointer. Michaela Williams is not a player you can just let her sit out there. Look, she looks to the sky like, finally, I got one to fall. Even though she had 8 points in the second quarter, the outside shot just hasn't been dropping. But Arkansas can't afford to leave number 12 sitting there wide open, able to line up a shot like that.
By the way, Koval with 9 rebounds coming off the bench tonight. (42-33) LSU. The Tigers are going to get the ball after an Arkansas turnover.
LSU dropped a little full court press on him after Koval hit that free throw. Forced a turnover in the backcourt. This might be one of those, if LSU hits a big shot here, you might see an Arkansas timeout.
Speaking of big shots, Flau'jae Johnson with the 3 from deep. This has not been her best night offensively, but she's coming alive in the third quarter. We'll take a timeout right here. 8:16 to go. Third quarter action from the American. Go that deep, taking advantage of 7 players averaging in double figures, and another one just 1 point away in Jada Richard averaging 9. But the preponderance of depth and talent, very, very rare. Let's see against whom this is going to be called. It's going to be a blocking foul.
Yeah, LSU in the second quarter this season has scored 525 points. They've scored 543 in the third quarter, and opponents have scored 336. So they've outscored them by more than 200 in the third quarter. And in terms of a difference, the difference is actually bigger for points in the second quarter. But LSU's best scoring quarter has been the third quarter all season long.
And that's where we are right now. LSU 45, Arkansas 33. Williams grabs the rebound momentarily, but it's stripped out of her hands.
Good hands by Deese to get that steal.
And then Flau'jae Johnson, measuring her steps to the rim, scores! Hanging in the air, carrying it a little bit longer than normal, and then scoring with a sweet, soft carom off the window.
Again, it's those made layups. We were watching those fall out on the rim in the first half, and now in the second half, driving and hang. That's what we're used to seeing Flau'jae Johnson do.
7 points for this young lady.
Look at her evaluate the defense. She tries to see where they're going to line up. Where tries to hold a position, but Flau'jae realizes she has a better angle. Just floats right past her, gets it up and in.
Williams is the leading scorer in the game with 11. Deese has 10 to lead Arkansas.
Flau'jae Johnson, 7 quick points here in the third quarter in the first 2.5 minutes. She had no points at the break.
Koval comes over, got a little piece of that shot. Arkansas keeps it alive. 2 on the shot clock, and that is rammed home for 3 by Robinson.
Well, the fact that they were able to, as you mentioned, keep it alive, they were able to get the ball. Another layup by Flau'jae. 9 quick points for number 4 here in the first 3 minutes, and attacking the glass, getting them to fall.
Well, she certainly likes the third quarter tonight, doesn't she?
Looks like the Flau'jae Johnson you're used to seeing for basically all 4 quarters.
Richard on the move. Johnson bumped off course. Blocking foul called. Let's see if they put Johnson at the line. I think they will.
Yep, that's going to be on Emily Robinson, who tried to get position but was way late to get there on the floor. Johnson drew the contact.
Zakaya shooting just under 65% from the stripe. Tigers as a team are very good, nearly 75% as a unit. The lead is 14. 9 points now for Zakaya Johnson. LSU will pressure. And let's see, the hustle by Koval pays off.
Look at what LSU has done here in the first 3.5 minutes. A 15-3 third quarter for LSU, and they've gotten that done in 3.5 minutes here of the third. Built a 15-point lead.
Koval did not start tonight. Off the bench, she's playing with a bit more vigor than we've seen her in recent games. She's a rebound away from double figures in that category and also has 6 points. Those came in the first half.
Great production in 11 minutes for Koval to have those numbers.
Koval and Johnson double team the shot and knock it away. 15 on the shot clock as Arkansas retains possession.
7 blocks for LSU, 2 above their season average. And Koval in that last ball game against Florida on Monday night, she came in off the bench in 15 minutes, had 10 rebounds. 11 minutes tonight, she has 9.
Jones is closely guarded by Johnson. Shot clock expires. The tennis shoes were squeaking defensively for the Tigers, and they forced the shot clock violation. Johnson fakes left, dribbles right, kicks it out, Richard for 3. Bam! And it was all set up by Flau'jae Johnson.
And everybody went into the lane following Flau'jae and left Jada wide open at the top of the key.
I don't think this shot is going to count.
No, they waved it off. Foul was on Richard before the shot on the baseline. So Arkansas will take it in underneath. Richard now with 9 points on 4 of 7 shooting, also 6 assists.
Deese looks around, finds an open teammate, and the result is Jones drilling the 3. Well, you can tell that this is a pretty good three-point shooter in Jones. Came in with 33 made. She's got at least 3 tonight.
They've made 7 so far in the ball game. They're averaging just over 7, so right at their season average for made three-pointers. LSU gives up right about 7, so everything, as of right now, right on par in terms of what the stats would tell you.
Just over 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. It's been a productive stretch coming out of the locker room at halftime, but Richard throws that one away.
Second turnover. That's going to be an offensive foul. Clarkson was trying to set the screen and just absolutely bowled Michaela Williams standing on the top. She wasn't set. She wasn't set. Got knocked down to the ground.
So we'll take a timeout. There's a foul away from the ball, an illegal screen, evidently.
It was. He called it on Zakiya Johnson. LSU had a chance to lob the ball into Koval. All of Arkansas's defense was on the side of the floor by LSU's bench. Backside was wide open at 6'5". They could have thrown it up to her, just missed the opportunity.
Koval is guarding Clarkson for Arkansas. She stands 6'3". Koval at 6'5". That was fumbled around and then grabbed and put in by Clarkson. Nice reaction by the junior from Arizona.
It really was, because it just kind of fell into her lap. They're going to the basket. The ball bounced right to Clarkson's hands. She just turned around and put it up and in. And a careless turnover there by Michaela Williams.
Arkansas trailing by 13. Koval steps in front of that pass. Williams waiting, pulls up, lets it fly. Too strong off the back iron. And a whistle on the rebound, and a foul called against one of the Tigers.
That's Zakiya Johnson. She and Koval were down there underneath the basket on the miss by Michaela Williams that time, and they called Johnson for knocking a defender on the floor for Arkansas.
Wiley returns to the lineup, replacing Michaela Williams. Williams has been such a mainstay in the starting lineup. Started every game but one entering this year. This is her 3rd season in Baton Rouge.
Another block by Koval. That's her 5th block.
How about that move by Zakiya Johnson? She works so hard down low, both on the offensive and defensive ends. Deese throws it into the hands of a teammate who scores on a weird reverse layup. That was Talia Jones. Really a nice shot.
She'd like the official statistician to call that throwing it into her hands of her teammate instead of an air ball.
Yeah. Flauget is hacked.
That'll be the 4th on Clarkson.
Flauget Johnson is the second leading scorer on the season for the Tigers, behind Fulwiley's 14.5. Flauget averaging 14.2 and nearly 76% from the free throw line. The lead is 15 with just under 3 minutes to play in the third period. Richard defending. Deese looking for help. Rodriguez fakes Koval, scores off the window.
Rodriguez, she got Koval to overcommit trying to come out to the outside shot. She's not a very good three-point shooter, but Koval went to challenge her and overcommitted. She got her weight going one way and she blew by her.
Deese gets a piece of the shot, but it's retrieved by the shooter Richard, and she scores on the second try.
She's now the 4th Lady Tiger in double digits. Johnson, Richard, and Williams all with 11.
Richard perhaps late with that pass, but Fulwiley somehow comes away with it. Johnson for 3, short. Koval got a piece of it, takes it away from her teammate, falls down. Somehow it winds up in the hands of Richard. Now Fulwiley for 3. Bam! Well, they didn't draw it up like that, but it worked.
Well, they'll take Fulwiley out there for a wide open 3 anytime. Maybe that'll give her a little confidence, too. She's struggled from the floor. That's just her second made field goal, 2 of 8 on the night.
And only 5 points for LSU's leading scorer. Richard, by the way, picked up another assist. That's 8. That ties a career high for her. 8 assists with still a quarter and a minute 24 to go.
Flauget with the turnover, just lost her dribble trying to curl and get into the lane. And then it's probably a way to stop a Arkansas fast break. Just grab the Arkansas player to get the foul called on her. That's Flauget's 3rd.
And she will go to the bench. Michaela Williams, who's had a rest for a couple of minutes, comes back off the bench. So it's Williams, Johnson, Koval, Fulwiley, and Richard. Well, now they have also made a change to insert Grace Knox into the game. She and Koval are in the number 1 rebounding positions. Johnson misses the first one. .6% on the season. A couple of misses there. And they're going to get Knox, I think, on a foul, and she can't believe it. Oh, I beg your pardon. It's not Knox.
They called that on Koval as her 2nd.
Well, now Koval can't believe it. And she's going to be called to the bench and replaced by Amaya Joyner, the AAC Freshman of the Year and an All-AAC first-team member at East Carolina. Williams touched it last.
Now that's 4 free throws that Arkansas has taken. LSU gets a foul call on Koval. Remember, you said they were in the number 1 position. So you're on the inside. You should have gotten a rebound. You get a foul on Koval. Now she misses 2. And with 2 other Lady Tigers in the number 1 position, they knock it out of bounds.
Rodriguez slings it up from about 13 feet. Not an easy shot at all.
And Arkansas takes that gift and turns it into 2. That puts Rodriguez with 11. She's the 3rd Arkansas player in double digits.
63-47 and a couple. Michaela Williams with that line drive jump shot makes it a 65-47 game. Tigers are flirting with a 20-point lead. Jones fakes, tries to get it to Rodriguez. It was touched on the way out by Knox. Less than a minute to play in the 3rd period. It's been a productive quarter coming out of the locker room for the Tigers. That is a shooter, ladies and gentlemen. Talia Jones, 18 for her, and at least 4 triples, right?
That's her 4th. 6 made field goals, 4 of 6 have been from deep. She has 18 to lead all scorers.
37 trays on the year converted by Jones. Joyner working hard.
That's what LSU needs. Just turn around and shoot it. Don't even let the ball go to the floor. Feed her on the inside. She went right up with it.
And that's her first bucket. Knox gets a piece of it. Down to Fulwiley. Late pass. Laid in beautifully by Joyner. And the teamwork, something to behold there. Deese lets it fly just ahead of the end of the 3rd quarter. But the Tigers on the last lay-in with a little razzle-dazzle and some terrific work between the teammates. 69-50, LSU by 19. 10 minutes to play now. That drive is going to draw a foul. Michaela Williams with her 2nd foul. Deese, the freshman from Australia. She's the 2nd leading scorer. You know, she's only 5'9", but Victor, she averages a little over 9 rebounds a game.
She started the season scoring in the first 3 games 18 points and 9 rebounds a game. It was the most by a freshman in the country. She came out on fire to start the year for the Razorbacks.
Now, she's not been that good in SEC competition, averaging 7.7 and 5.7 rebounds. But they've certainly got something to work with in the future in Deese.
Nice block there by Jenna Lawrence, number 34, the 6'3" junior. Fulwiley driving the lane. They were basically staying flat-footed and just blocked that shot.
Joyner was poked in the eye. And the foul called against Arkansas.
LSU once again showing that over the top on the inbounds play. And for a defense, the problem is if they start to believe LSU is going to do it, they're going to overcommit to the back, and then LSU is going to throw it right at the rim.
That was Rodriguez on the foul. Williams misses the short turnaround. Rodriguez with her 2nd foul on that last whistle. And here comes Arkansas. That 3 is rammed home.
Jenna Lawrence shoots 39% from behind the line. I'm not sure that ball had 1.5 feet of elevation. That was a line drive shot.
Well, she had 28 triples, good for 2nd place on the Arkansas team, and an 89% free throw shooter. And when you look up and look down the lineup, she's 3rd on the team in scoring and 3rd on the team in rebounding.
Shoots a line drive.
Williams got it.
This is right in her wheelhouse. Just catch and shoot. Coming off the curl, catches it in the same motion, goes right up.
She's got that strength and that confidence to spin and shoot or elevate and shoot. Fulwiley. Fulwiley tries to dribble between two players and pays the price. Rodriguez is fouled. No, offensive foul. Bella Hines was holding her ground, and that's the fourth foul.
That was a close play because Hines looked like she was going to be a little late. They're going to call the charge. Watch again and see if she's able to get position. She slides in quickly. That's a bang-bang play. I couldn't see that one go either way, but you can see where she was able to slide there and try to hold, even if it was for half a second, to try to hold her spot. She sold it to the officials to draw the charge. Travel. Pointer got a little ahead of herself where she wanted to go and move the feet on the travel. She knows she's getting subbed in. Kaya Johnson coming in.
Johnson's got quite the future ahead of her. Was a gold medal USA U18 America Cup team member.
Another three-pointer by Lawrence.
71-57. Just under 8 minutes to play. And a foul called. That's against Lawrence.
Yep, one that just hit the three.
That's her second.
You know, Jenna Lawrence says that her favorite place to eat in Fayetteville is Cane's. I wonder if she, I don't know when Arkansas got to town, but I wonder if she ate at a Cane's here since
the original
this is where it originated.
Yeah.
Right.
One love, right?
One love, one meal. Come eat it at the home of Cane's, right?
How about that sweeping scoop shot, or hook, if you will? Rodriguez has that shot down. That's 11 points for her. Koval in the right place at the right time. Koval with the double-double, 10 points, 11 rebounds. That's her sixth double-double this year.
How about another three-pointer? I mean, just some line drive shots from Lawrence. She's hit three in a row.
Johnson at the point, slithers down the right side of the lane, scoops it softly and high off the window for two more. The lead is 15. .640 to play.
See, look, there's not a pink jersey inside the three-point line. All five pink jerseys lined up outside the three-point area.
Koval goes sliding for it, keeps it alive. There's a scrum everywhere. Koval got it again. Shot clock goes off. And it's getting a little gritty. It's getting a little gritty out there.
Shot clock violation went before Body started diving on the floor for the tie ball because it got kicked back into the backcourt. The shot clock never reset. And just before they tried to tie it up and jump on the floor, the shot clock went off. Second shot clock violation. Defensive possession for LSU.
Koval grabs it and scores. She was able to post up down low, took that lead pass, and scored off the fingertips to make it 79-62 LSU. Deese spinning, fading, firing, leaving it short. Koval flat-footed rebound. Flaugier, no. Koval tries to put it back. It's blocked. Another chance, another opportunity, and finally, Grace Knox cleans it all up. Koval with another rebound. 14 rebounds for Koval tonight. And Flaugier Johnson kisses that three ball in. Jones comes right back and adds her fifth triple of the night. Jones has matched her best three-point output this year. She had 5 3-pointers and 37 points in Arkansas's first game this year against South Dakota. She has matched that 5 3-pointers against LSU tonight and has 21 points. 15 of the 21 coming from outside. Johnson, Knox, yes! I do like the enthusiasm by the officials for doing the housekeeping, though.
All hands on deck, right? Making sure everybody's safe, getting clean. I think we're good to go now for that chance for the three-point play for Knox.
This would give her 11 points. That is hammered home from deep in the corner by Lawrence.
Somebody put Lawrence in a three-point shooting contest.
Absolutely.
Gracious. He's 4 for 5 in the ball game. All 4 made 3. In fact, every shot attempted makes a three-pointer. She now has 12.
And she's got 32 completed three-pointers on the year. Knox again. She just does so many of the little things that win games. Perpetual motion machine, both offensively and defensively. Deese fakes left, dribbles right. Richard stays right with her. Shot clock at 8 right now.
She wanted to shoot another three-pointer. Knox wasn't going to let her.
Shot clock at 3. Shot clock violation. I guess they'll play on. LSU digging in defensively again. Richard, quick release. It rolls out, and the rebound is taken by Clarkson. This is Jones. That's from 17, and it bounces off the window and goes down for her. She's got 20. Make it 21. LSU by 18 with just under 3 minutes to play. LSU's next game will be February 1st at Alabama.
That game's here. That's the third of the 3 home games.
The schedule's got it erroneous.
It's an 11 a.m. tip before they go to Texas on February 5th. That'll be the second time they play Texas. That Alabama game will be the third of 3 straight here at home.
And that indeed is at home. 11 in the morning, Baton Rouge time. On the SEC network.
Nothing wrong with a little breakfast in basketball.
Koval snares another rebound. That's 15 for Koval, along with a dozen points. Michaela Williams gets inside and scores from point-blank range.
Power her way in down the lane for Michaela.
Those 15 rebounds for Koval represent a season's high and a career high, I'm thinking. Johnson is called for a foul. That's her third. Koval's career best in rebounding was 19. Look at Flau'jae Johnson in a 20-point game, still hustling defensively, spinning, getting inside, double team, goes down. She was fouled.
I'm not sure why Jones was so desperate to save that ball, but she touched it before going to the backcourt and just tried to save it like it was going out of bounds, and instead threw it right to Flau'jae, which set up that breakaway and the little spin move to draw the foul.
Everybody in the lineup right now for LSU has scored in double figures tonight. Flau'jae with 16. Zakiya Johnson with 11. Williams has 17. Koval 12. Richard 11.
And two players that average double digits aren't close tonight. Joyner's 4 points on 2 of 7 shooting, and Fulwiley's 5 points on 2 of 9 shooting. But again, it goes to show you, just like when LSU was in College Station against Texas A&M, Flau'jae Johnson and Michaela Williams combined for 10 points. They almost scored 100 in that ball game.
Megan Yarnovich has come into the game for the Tigers. Wearing number 15 in white, she played briefly in the first half.
Number 15, Megan Yarnovich. Flau'jae Johnson takes the ball. Striking out.
Ball faked by Hines, just couldn't get the jumper to go.
1 minute remaining.
Burridge has come back into the game as well for the Tigers. Wearing number 6 in white. Less than a minute to play. LSU is on the cusp of winning for the 6th consecutive time in SEC play after dropping its first 2 games. It suffered back-to-back losses to Kentucky and Vanderbilt. One here and the other one on the road. And that was the way LSU started SEC play. Since then, it's been victories against Georgia, Texas, Oklahoma, Texas A&M, Florida, and now Arkansas.
And remember when we talked about the gauntlet that they started, you've got this game here and one more against a struggling Alabama team, but then you go to Texas, huge matchup. South Carolina is here on Valentine's night, nationally televised on ABC, and still you'll have at Ole Miss and then Tennessee. So still some huge challenges ahead for this LSU team just getting into the second half of the season.
The season concludes prior to postseason at Mississippi State on March 1st. So essentially, Victor, after tonight, a month and a little bit of change remaining in the regular season.
Always a fun way to end the season when the excitement builds up and then you get to tournament time. Can you imagine that SEC tournament? Oh, the conference just set a record. It's 10 teams, 10 SEC teams in the latest top 25 poll, and 5 of the top 10 teams are SEC teams.
So half of the top 10.
Yep. And 10 of the 25 in the conference. Can you imagine that and go to the SEC tournament? Ooh.
LSU is the 3rd team in the SEC to score 90 or above against this Razorback team. South Carolina got 93. Missouri scored 94. And LSU with 92 tonight. And a 22-point lead. With a 92-70 victory over Arkansas. The Razorbacks 0-7 now in the league. The Tigers are 6-2. Well, Victor, a slow start tonight for LSU. Tigers got it going in the second quarter, and as you predicted they might, they certainly turned it on.